All right, here we go, folks. It's the Buckeye Blitz. I'm Tito, Jeff Thitoff, coming to you live from Las Vegas, here with a couple of buddies of mine for a long weekend of help making sure the casinos stay in business. So we're doing that. Anyway, I'm coming to you on Saturday morning, the Ohio State game, 4 o'clock Eastern time today against Western Kentucky. By the way, you can follow me on the X. I'm at It Happens. And also, so go there for any feedback, any interaction you want to have with me there. You can follow me on the X there. Also, go to the FanStream Sports app now. Download it for free, Apple and Android. Round-the-clock sports programming. So much great content on there from all across the country and some great national hosts as well. So go check that out. FanStreamSports.com is the website. And then also we have a FanStream Sports Facebook page where you can go check that out and interact with hosts and other fans of shows and whatnot. So check all of that out. But so anyway, I'm here in Las Vegas, and just to show you how big of a degenerates we are, I just placed a bet with a buddy of mine who had to walk to a casino to cash a ticket, and we had a bet on how long it would take him. I said more than 20 minutes. He sent me a text saying 13 minutes. I own $5 now for that. But that's what goes on in Vegas, obviously, things like that. But now I'm ready for a full day of college football action. Obviously, the Buckeyes are the big story, and Ohio State, by the way, Western Kentucky today. And Western Kentucky's got a great fan. I talked about this before, but they've scored 93 points in 2 games to open things up on offense this week. I think you will see they started to against Youngstown State, excuse me, and they kind of backed off a little bit. I think you'll see Ohio State really try to get after it today and see what they can do. But the Buckeyes, they're a 30-point favorite here in Vegas right now. Over-under is set for 60. I like the 30. I don't mind giving the 30. At one point, it was like 28.5, I think, and now it ballooned to 30 because of all the action on Ohio State. So I'm okay with 30 to 60. I'm a little worried about I'm not sure how much Western Kentucky is going to score. Now, Western Kentucky last year, they were second in the entire country in pass attempts per game. And they get rid of the ball in like 2.3 seconds. So that should lead to more offensive possessions for the Buckeyes today if they continue to try to do that. Ohio State's secondary will be tested. And I'm not saying that it's going to be a huge test. You're not going against Marvin Harrison and Emeka Egbuka, but nonetheless, they will be tested by the volume with which Western Kentucky is going to try to throw the ball. The Hilltoppers are going to do it early and often and really try to keep Ohio State on its heels defensively. It's a great matchup for Ohio State heading into the Notre Dame game. Western Kentucky, nowhere on the level of Notre Dame. I'm not suggesting that at all. But Ohio State having to defend the pass quite a bit is going to be helpful for them and playing in that tempo for them when they take on Notre Dame next week in the big primetime game. So we'll keep an eye on that. The defensive backs are going to be tested big time. I can't wait to see what Sonny Styles does. I want to see what the rest of the DBs do in this kind of a high volume passing game. As far as Ohio State's offense, like I said, I think they're going to open it up quite a bit. I think you could see a 50-point score, 45 to 50 points scored by Ohio State today, which will be great. You'll see Devin Brown in there, obviously, but I hope they let McCord air it out and go to Harrison, Egbuka, Cade Stover, and it obviously still sprinkle the running game because we still need to establish that going forward. But a couple other notes, too. And like I said, it's going to be a quick one. I'm in Vegas. What the hell? Do you want to hear from me right now? The Michigan Wolverines took a bit of a recruiting hit. Jacob and Jared Smith, there are a couple of defensive linemen, twin brothers from the state of Kentucky that committed to Michigan, have now decommitted from Michigan, and they have said they're going to go play at Kentucky. It's a big loss for Michigan, a couple of 4-star twin defensive linemen. I'm not totally surprised they went to Kentucky. State and state. Look, Kentucky – we know Kentucky does not have these are their second and third 4-star recruits, top 300 recruits in the 2024 class. So it's a big get for Kentucky. And it is a big loss for Michigan. But the twins who grew up in Kentucky, live in Kentucky, that is where they're going to go to Kentucky now instead of Michigan. Bit of a loss for Harbaugh there. Other news, Ohio State did end up flipping a defensive lineman in the 2024 class from Virginia Tech. Eric Mensah is a player who, and this, by the way, was according to 11 Warriors, but Eric Mensah, who is a 6'3", 290-pound defensive lineman. He's only a 3-star. I say only a 3-star. He could still end up being a 4-star. He is the 53rd best edge player in the class, according to 24/7 Sports. But again, 6'3", 290. He committed to Virginia Tech back in July, and then he did come here through camp, and they liked him here. and they really wanted to get him in here. And so now he visited in September to Ohio State, and he's now here. So he is the 22nd commit in this class of 2024. And it's such a great class if you're looking at it right now, because Ohio State's got, they got 5-star kids in this class, including 2 guys on that defensive line. Justin Scott out of St. Ignatius, Chicago, Edric Houston out of Buford, Georgia, the school where Dylan Raiola goes. So they got, and they also obviously have Jeremiah Smith, Mylan Graham, the wide receivers, Aaron Nolan. But 5-star recruits in this class, a slew of 4-star recruits, and then obviously a couple of 3-star recruits, Eric Menzel, one of them as well. So Ohio State's class for 2024 is shaping up very nicely. But big day in college football today. You've got Wisconsin playing a home game, a game they should roll. There's not a lot of, the Penn State at Illinois game will be interesting, only because Illinois has been great so far. They barely beat Toledo and then got rolled by Kansas. And they're playing at home, though. Brett Bielema against Penn State. Line in that one is 14.5 points. I think Penn State covers that, but that should be an interesting game to watch. Michigan State takes on Washington with Michael Penix Jr., who's a Heisman Trophy candidate, who's been great so far this year. That's one to watch as well. And then, obviously the other games around the country, Florida, Tennessee is a big one. That's one to watch as well. I'm trying to get, but the Ohio State game, 4:00 Eastern time kickoff. I think the Buckeyes do cover the 30. The over, if you can get to Western Kentucky scoring 17 in your mind, then I would take the over. If you can't get them over 10, then I would stick with the under. But over under 60 on that one. So that's it for today. Again, follow me on Twitter at X. God, at That Happens. Follow me there. Pray for me today to make some money in Vegas. And also the FanStream Sports app, free for Apple and Android users. Check that out. And we'll get an update too after the Buckeye game today. We'll see how they do. Again, I like the Buckeyes minus 30. And it's Notre Dame week, folks. Can't wait for that one. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Buckeye Blitz. I'm Tito. Talk to you soon.